Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy back for a sad return to the Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever you'd call this game, the Gamer Wave, the Five Nights at Freddy's Gamer Wave. And today we have the long-awaited, for some, long-dreaded for others, review of VR Toy Freddy, Headset Freddy himself, Live Wire Freddy 2.0. Freddy. Now this, I gotta say, guys, I was held at gunpoint once again to buy, no, I didn't buy this figure, but I was held at gunpoint once again to review this figure. Just like with the high score Chica, this wave has become somewhat of a meme, and I am not proud of it. So, just to get started, let's get this over with. We're looking at VR Toy Freddy here, who you may be saying, I've seen this exact figure before, just minus the VR headset, and it is the exact same as Livewire Freddy, which I think is kind of stupid. They went in, changed the scope for an exclusive for one of the first times in a while. Usually, if a wave has an exclusive, it's a reused sculpt of an old figure, but in this case, it's reused sculpt of a new figure, technically, with just a VR headset thrown on. I guess the exclusive removed that. And I'm not a fan of this wave whatsoever. I have a lot of the figures in the wave, and it is a very sad occasion when I have to review one. But yeah, continuing on. Paint and sculpt on this guy. Paint is practically non-existent, except for the visor, which I guess it's pretty decent. A little sloppy, a little bit misplaced, but not too bad for a FNAF figure. Now, sculpting, like I said, is pretty much one for one the same as Livewire Freddy. They just, for Livewire Freddy, or I'm guessing they probably made the Livewire Freddy first, and then we're like, we need another figure for the wave, just put a headset on him, and then they swapped it, put him as the thing or whatever. And I'm not a fan of this. I think it's one of the cheapest ways they've done it, ever since, like, Lefty, where it was the same figure, but it worked kind of for Lefty, because they both did look the same. This one, I'm not sure which is which. Like, I think VR Freddy was in FNAF AR, and Livewire was like, you'd see him doing that for a little bit or something like that, or maybe this one didn't exist. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them using FNAF AR as figures, because I don't think we really need them. And the designs are mostly just cheap reuses. Well, not really cheap, they put effort into it, but it's just kind of a reuse of the regular sculpts. Like, it'll be not sculpts, but regular models. Like, it'll be Foxy again, but wearing like a pirate coat, or Freddy again, but he's on fire this time, like the fire Springtrap. That was cool, but that's the only thing they really do. It's not something that we need, because it's just reuse of figures we don't even have. We don't even have Toy Freddy, and they're releasing 2, let alone 1 of this. But taking my hating and moving on to the articulation on the guy. It's the same as the other one, because nothing really changed that would hinder articulation. Ball joint at the head, the arms move up, got a little swivel at the top here, swivel here, and then a single joint elbow does not work very well. There's actually ball joint at the hand, that's been established, which I guess is pretty cool. And then that's it. Moving down to the waist, for some reason they don't give them waist articulation anymore. At the hips, his fat legs do a little bit of work, not too bad. Kick it out to the side, little swivel at the hip, single jointed knee, swivel also, and then no foot articulation. And maybe because I've been doing it, showing the feet for anybody in the comments that likes that. And now, moving on to his accessories. Which, boy, you're going to be blown away when I show you the accessory. Generic microphone. I'm pretty sure Livewire Freddy, looking at the box comparison. I actually never even showed it, but looking at the box comparison, same exact microphone, just different color. And because I completely forgot to show it, this is what the box for this wave looks like. I don't have the box for Livewire Freddy, or the other one, so I'll just use this one. Same exact thing. You can see a throwdown of the wave. I'm only missing this Bonnie now, which at some point I'll probably pick him up. And the problem with him is he's way different. So this Freddy, I could use a live wire Freddy, and it wouldn't be it would be kind of sucky getting rid of the stuff off the face, but you could still use this to make a Toy Freddy custom. The problem with this Bonnie is all those weird ribs, the ribbed Bonnie, it doesn't really like work. There's no real way to get rid of that without having to do a lot of customization, because you either have to take some sculpt and go over the lines and fill them in, or sand it down to the point where the lines aren't there, and you'd lose a lot of the size on the figure. It'd be very skinny. So it's one of those, I don't know, it could be done, it could not be done, because the Chica worked really well, but the Chica was kind of the closest to the original design. Like, it had a lot less junk all over it. But moving that out the way now, going in for some comparisons. Now, I'm sorry to all the friends that were looking for every single Freddy compared. I did that with the other one, so it's not really different. So I'm only going to do a couple of light comparisons here. Like, we got the original Golden Freddy, and then Livewire himself, which with this is just, they're literally the exact same. Like, you can see it. They didn't even get rid of the sculpting of the lines coming out of the eyes on this one, so it's pretty much they just smacked this thing on top. They didn't even like resculpt a new head. It is one for one the same. They just put the visor on it, and it's bad. I'm not a fan of this at all. Like, the Livewire Freddy at least has some paint on him. He's got his teeth, he's got his pearly yellows on him, and he's got some dots, everything painted in. This one, all those details are just left out. They just said, nah, we ain't doing it for this one. And I do not like it. The bad part is, I feel like I've been over this so many times, it's just kind of stale, you know? I don't want to just keep repeating myself, because these figures still suck. Bringing this man in, and then bringing in Funtime Freddy, which I have seen, whatever the Foxy is from this wave, I have seen that figure re-released, but I've never seen anything else. And it actually looks really, really bad. Like, the paint is completely different. I think maybe they switched production companies like Funko from back then to now, because going back and redoing them, they do such a worse job. It's unbelievable. Like, the modern, like, I don't know how many re-releases we're in, but the modern re-release of Wave 1 is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. They literally look like someone hit them with a car, ran them over 3 times, and then said, just repaint it. Just repaint it and put it on the market. It's good. It's so bad. But going back to talk about this guy, he looks all right in the display, you know. I've had him on the front because he's new. I just threw him on top, and he's all right. He's the same as the Livewire Freddy, pretty much the same. Whatever feelings you have for that Freddy, it's pretty much the same for this one. Maybe this one's a little lower because the other one has some paint detail. This got nothing, and the other one can be used to be customized for Toy Freddy. This one, there's nothing you can do. You'd have to saw off the visor and then re-sculpt the whole face. That's out of my pay grade. I can't do that. So, if a custom ever does come, it's going to be on the other one, which it may. Keep an eye out for that, maybe. So now, some last words for this man, because I got nothing much to say. Nothing more to say, at least. Because the figure sucks. This wave sucks. This whole line sucks. I've had enough. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time when hopefully it's not another FNAF figure. Thank you. Have a good one.